Don't worry, I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do, which would be just to flip out. Welcome into the Bro Force Squad podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. We are just a bunch of bros who like to talk superheroes, movies, and superhero movies. I am your host, Jeff Hornacek. If you have not listened to us before, thank you so much. If you have listened to us before, thanks for coming back. Let's go around and meet the bros. First off, to our resident heel. He's going suns out, guns out for this episode, Matt Geiger. Matt, what's going on, man?
If you haven't listened to us before, please subscribe. Brits do. You know what I mean? We've all been there.
That's what bros do. We'll buy you a beer. If you come up to me at a bar and say, I subscribe to your podcast, actually, I'll buy you shots.
I would buy you a shot, for sure.
We're doing shots. And speaking of shots...
I'm bigger than that. I'm not going to buy you a shot.
I was going to say, speaking of shots, but a man who won't turn them down if they're bought for him...
I'll let you buy me a shot.
The mad scientist, Brian Banner. Banner, what's going on?
Oh, just a little of that, little of this. Just brewing some stuff up in the old laboratory.
That sounds highly illegal.
It's fine. It's definitely not meth.
Before we get the show started, I want to give a shout out to friend of the pod, Chris Woodburn, who guessed that the quote that we opened last episode with was from Knocked Up. Nice, Chris. Great movie also. If you guys are not familiar, the most important thing in any bro's life is always chest day. That's how we like to start. You just crack a beer right into your mic?
Yeah, more beer. Beer's important too, but yeah, chest.
No. Chest day's a close second.
Beer and then chest day. Actually, if you can combine the two of them, now we're really talking. So we like to start every episode with our chest day, which is the most important topic from the previous week. And we sit here once again in awe of another awesome film in 2017 as Spider-Man Homecoming debuted to positive critical and fan reaction this past weekend. So far with the likes of Logan, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Baby Driver, Get Out, Split, and Wonder Woman already having massive success, and many more highly anticipated films still to come, we have to ask. And we found this question on the internet from J Espinoza at J_Espinoza, who wants to know, do you guys remember a summer with so many amazing movies? I'm looking at it and still waiting for and looking forward to Apes and Dunkirk. Geiger, we'll go to you first. I think Jay says it best. We may still have the best to come this year, which seems pretty fucking hard to do, considering some of the movies I just named were incredible. What do you think about how 2017 stacks up against some of the best years for movies ever? And then specifically, what are your thoughts on this year so far?
For superheroes, comic book, nerd nostalgia, I think this is the greatest year ever. And like you said, we still have Ragnarok, which I think will probably be the best Marvel movie of the year. We still got Justice League, that I hope won't fucking suck. It looks fantastic, and we still have Star Wars. But as variety goes, absolutely not. Let me take you back a long, long time ago in a place far, far away called 1994. Heard of it?
Yeah.
Here's some of the movies that came out, and just think of the variety of this. Like, if you want to kill yourself, if you think stuff's funny, or you just want to watch an awesome fucking movie, we got this all in space. Pulp Fiction, Tarantino's best, rest in peace, Alex English. Forrest Gump, Lion King, Shawshank Redemption,
Wow.
Dumb and Dumber, probably the best comedy ever.
Holy shit.
Natural Born Killers, which is kind of like Pulp Fiction, a very great movie. Ace Ventura, The Crow, that somehow got beat out in the first round of our Comic Movie Madness tournament.
It made it to the second round, didn't it?
Legends of the Fall? No, because you shit all over it. I think The Punisher won.
I love Legends of the Fall.
Let's do it if you haven't seen. And Legends of the Fall. And that's just some of them, man. But, I mean, you got, if you want like a Disney, probably the best Disney movie ever, Lion King, Forrest Gump, that I think won an Oscar that year, Shawshank Redemption, which also, look at the Oscar movies here. Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, and Shawshank Redemption all in the first three.
That's
and then you
an
got Natural Born
incredible
Killers, Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, Legends of the
Dude.
Fall. That's a huge movie year.
How fucking hot was Jim Carrey in 1994? Single file, ladies.
I didn't know that came out in the same year, both of them.
That's too
That's
much.
insane.
Banner, can you top 1994, which gave me a huge boner after hearing that list of movies?
I think I can, actually.
Oh.
We're going to go a little bit more in the future from 94. We're actually going to go to 2003. Okay?
Okay.
I'm just going to name May, June, July, and August 1st. Okay? Those 4 months, we have X2, Matrix Reloaded, Bruce Almighty, Finding Nemo. Too Fast, Too Furious,
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumberer, Hollywood Homicide, Hulk, that's the Eric Bana one.
Which Geiger
Legally Blonde
defends.
2, Terminator 3, Pirates of the Caribbean, Bad Boys 2, Laura Croft 2, Freaky Friday, and Freddy vs. Jason. That's just your summer months. If that not a highly anticipated sequels,
That's Year of the Sequel, man.
not only that was just the summer. If you go the whole year, you have Shanghai Nights, Old School, Underworld.
Shanghai Nights.
Yeah. School of Rock, Kill Bill Volume 2, Matrix Revolutions came out as well, Elf, Love Actually.
Don't sleep on Love Actually, Geiger.
Your
Bad Santa came out.
way to bring up Bad Boys 2 in this podcast that has no relevance is honestly, I didn't know if it was crazy or an art. It's a fucking art. I thought you were nuts, but you're an artist somehow. For bringing up Bad Boys 2 on every other fucking podcast when it has no place. I applaud
Bad
you.
Boy 2 is the best movie any of us have mentioned on this episode.
I'm going to continue on, though. And Lord of the Rings, Return of the King came out. That's the third one for those of us who don't actually watch it. That was the last one I had.
So that
Cheaper
was
by
year.
the dozen, too,
Did a
but-
single fucking original movie come out in 2003, or was everything besides
No
Hollywood?
shit, everything was a thing. And then he dropped Shanghai Nights and waited for someone to applaud. I'm
Another
like, what's that with
sequel.
Shane and Owen Wilson? Like,
Shanghai
okay.
Nights. I'll wait for the applause to end so I can continue. Like what?
Wow.
Guys, there's a good movie in there somewhere.
Jeff,
All right.
what's yours?
All right,
God,
I'm gonna.
sakes, Elvis.
So mine is a year that I think, pound for pound, is maybe the best movie year ever. 2008. Peep this list: Wall-E, Iron Man, The Dark Knight. I could probably just fucking stop right there, but I won't. Tropic Thunder, Step Brothers, Hancock, and Pineapple Express. We got everything. We got superhero movies. We have the best movie of all time. We have a great Pixar movie, and then we have three incredible comedies: Tropic Thunder, Step Brothers, and Pineapple Express. Mic drop on that.
That's a good year.
But J. Espinosa, great question, great debate that we'll have to have later on the pod, but there's not enough time for all the bloodshed to take place.
I was going to say 97, but then I realized Batman and Robin came out that year, and so it immediately got nixed.
Automatically disqualifies itself.
Yeah, that's basically like testing positive for steroids. They're like, all right, you're done, bro. It's over. What do you guys do after you lift? What's normally the first thing that you consume?
A beer?
Okay, wrong person to ask. The correct answer would be a protein shake, because that's how you get those gains, Banner. And that is the second topic in our show, as always, is our protein shake. So, this past week, multiple outlets are reporting that Daniel Craig has agreed to return one more time as the martini-drinking, tuxedo-wearing MI6 agent James Bond for the 25th installment in the film's franchise. My God, chill out. Mixed reactions poured in, and we have to wonder, with this question from David Spicer at DS Spicy, who says, how would you feel about a Nolan-directed Bond with Henry Cavill as Bond, Gal Gadot as a Bond girl, and Ben Affleck as a villain? So, Banner, we'll go into the lab to you first. Think about Daniel Craig returning to the role.
I'm not a big Bond guy, to be honest with you, but I've enjoyed him as James Bond. I have nothing to knock on him. I'm not mad about it. I think it's fine.
All right. Now, what do you think about Derek Spicer's question, specifically around not a potential, but the idea, which is tantalizing, of Christopher Nolan directing those three actors in a James Bond-type movie?
You put Nolan at the helm of pretty much any movie, and it's going to be good, right?
Absolutely.
Can we all agree with that?
He could direct me taking a shit, it would win 2 Academy Awards.
Yeah, if he directed Jace, or, Jace, who the fuck's that? If he directed Jeff taking a shit, he would win an award, for sure.
100%.
Can we also agree Gal Gadot in a bikini? We'll all agree to that.
And in 4 years, him wiping would be like the second one. That
Would be the
that
sequel.
would also win an award. Yeah.
Nolan would be like,
Talk
aha,
about The
Division.
Dark Knight Rises.
Okay. Geiger, on to you. What are your thoughts? Any thoughts on Craig returning to the role? To me, Craig is a really bleh actor, but what do you think about him coming back?
I'll
And
say
then
about James Bond, and I'll maybe use Batman as a reference. Batman has gotten better with technology, directing, acting as well, getting better actors and stuff, even though I think Keaton did a fantastic job. I think Bond's regressed. I loved Connery. Brosnan was cool. I mean, gave us one of the greatest video games ever. And Craig, dude, I love somebody that shoots a gun, gets laid, and drinks, vodka, but I just never really liked it. In Casino Royale, I loved gambling. I can't get through that movie.
yeah,
he's just really blah to me. I don't know. Bond's the only thing that I think has gotten worse over time the more and more they rebooted it. Now, to answer his question, I'm surprised Banner.
I got cut off. No, I got cut off.
Do you want to take Cavill? Because honestly, Banner will shit on Cavill, and I will kind of agree that Cavill's just a guy. He's a good Superman, but other than that, if a Henry Cavill movie comes out, I'm not rushing to go see it. He doesn't have that great a personality. He gets in great shape for it. Gal Gadot as, the hot piece of ass, sure, I'll go see that. Affleck as a villain, I guess, but I'm just kind of out on James Bond, man. They haven't given me anything fresh on this for years, and I don't really care about a new one at all.
In all seriousness, we all know I am not a fan of Cavill. Like, just fuck that dude. I just don't like him. But if we go and look at what he's done and kind of who he is and how he would play that role, he's not straight cut enough. He's more of a rugged dude, and I just don't see him playing that straight cut, smooth talking James Bond that James Bond needs to be. He's not really a spy. He's more going to be your soldier that's just going to barrel through the fucking door.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Cavill, the problem with him is, like, every role that he's in, the more he talks, in my opinion, the worse it gets. He's a great physical actor. I just don't think he has any presence or charisma, and that's, like, all that you need to play James Bond is kind of the issue. Now, having said that, he's, I think, well-positioned in DC movies because they just utilize him really well.
He's a great Clark Kent, a great Superman, I think.
Because he's kind of awkward.
He's a guy. He's a one-trick pony, which isn't bad if your one trick is being Superman. That's not bad at all. It's going to make you a lot of money. But I don't think he can really do anything else. I liked him some in Immortals. Every other movie I've seen him in, I was just like, he's okay.
Great question, though, Derek, and an interesting scenario to think about. Nolan doing anything, as we've said, I'm completely game for. That moves us on to our third and final segment of the show. Banner, I know there's a question you wanted to ask us. I think now's a good time for you to get it off your chest.
Well, Geiger, I was going to ask you, you got Suns Out, Guns Out today. Like, do you even lift, brah?
Yeah, I do. I lift a lot, actually.
Bruh?
No, but, brah, like, do you even lift, brah?
Brah, I need you both to spot me, brah.
And that brings us to...
Brah, that's all you, brah.
The Do You Even Lift Bruh segment, which is the best question for any bro to ask another. And this is where we find some more fan questions from around the internet that we choose to answer today. Our first one comes from an incredible username, Better Call Maul, at Fet Unchained, who wants to know...
His name is like Tim or something. I hope that's not even his name. That's awesome.
That better be what his driver's license says. Who wants to know, do you think we'll see the first trailer for the Jurassic World sequel at Comic-Con? Banner, we'll go to you first. The movie actually just wrapped principal photography this past weekend. Comic-Con is this week. We're super jacked up for it. Do you think we'll get any type of a tease trailer here? Obviously, a lot of the CGI isn't done, but they could definitely show us something. What do you think?
I hope so. They could definitely show us them running through the jungle a little bit. They could give us a roar. Just anything to tickle my balls, I'd be happy with. I don't know that we will, though, because filming just wrapped this week, right? Like yesterday, I think. If they had an extra week in there, probably, but I don't know. They're cutting it close here. I don't know when their panel is, though.
Yeah, I don't think they're on Thursday, but Geiger, what do you think? Do you think Universal will show us anything from the Jurassic World sequel? I believe it's called the Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom, but I could be wrong.
I think they will, because I don't know what else Universal has to play in here. I mean, that's probably one of their biggest movies that relates to Comic-Con. I'm just going to say, I think this movie's going to suck. I know he didn't ask that, but I've been on record of this, that Jurassic World was a great idea. It was fantastic. One of the best movies I've seen probably in about 15 years. But the sequel, with what they're going to do with it, I don't know how they're going to top it. I really don't. The story that they did, how basically no one gives a shit about dinosaurs anymore because they've been around for so long that no kid wants to go there, and they have to make this meta-human dinosaur so people just come and see it. It's almost like an attraction ride. Was so fantastic, and how our government tried to utilize it. I just think this movie's going to suck. I hope it doesn't.
The only way that this movie can be good is if they take a page out of what the second book is about. We won't get into it here, but go and read The Lost World and what that book is about, how you can't just fucking or hatch a dinosaur. I mean, you can't birth one either, but you don't just hatch a dinosaur. You actually have to manufacture them, and how people are trying to steal that. That's the only way that it's going to be good.
I've been saying that for years. You guys know that. I actually have it tattooed on my body. All right.
Right in your lower back.
Our next question comes to us from Zachary Mendoza at ZCHRY Mendoza 42, who wants to know, D23 and Comic-Con is here. What Marvel Star Wars predictions do you have? Who gets more info? Or will they be the same? Geiger, we'll go to you first. Both. I know Comic-Con is this week, I believe D23, which now Marvel tends to save some of their bullets for now that they're a Disney property, is a few weeks after. What type of presentation do you think we'll get respectively for Marvel and Star Wars?
Right after Spider-Man, they're red hot right now. I think they're going to give us a little teaser trailer, maybe hinting, not showing, but hinting at someone dying in Infinity War. Star Wars won't give us anything. I hope not anyway, because The Force Awakens, they didn't give a shit, and everyone went and saw it because you don't have to give us anything. It's Star Wars. I hope they keep playing it pretty close to the vest. I think Marvel will start to give us stuff because, dude, this is their Super Bowl. This is what they've been leading up towards, and I think they're going to go all out. I hope so anyway, and just kind of show maybe Thanos just ripping someone apart in a teaser trailer, but you don't know who it is. That'd be really cool.
That'd be really sick. I can already feel myself getting excited with just the dark, cryptic music. Banner, Marvel and Star Wars both coming up at their respective events. Who do you think is going to steal the show?
Marvel's going to give us more. They have 18,000 different directions that they can go. So they're going to give us some sort of wide path of where they're going to go. Star Wars, we know where they're going. They don't, and again, like you said, Geiger, they don't need to give us anything. We're going to come out to see it. I also think that if we get anything, we're going to get Star Wars at D23. We're not going to get that at Comic-Con. And Marvel, we're definitely going to get at Comic-Con. They may save, a couple things in the chamber for D23, but I don't anticipating it being anything super huge.
Yeah, I have to go with Marvel here, but I have two caveats. Number one, Star Wars doesn't have to do as much to still steal the show. Like Geiger said, they could have literally just told us the date The Force Awakens came out, and I think it would have made the exact same amount of money. What I think Marvel's going to do at Comic-Con, they have a 90-minute panel. So what I think they'll do is introduce their slate of movies. Feige said they know them all up till 2023. I think they'll lay that out, maybe give us some directors, a few interviews. And then I think they'll save any Infinity War footage for D23 for the first time because they'll be at both. I hope I'm wrong because I want all this stuff like yesterday, but that's just kind of the way I feel like they'll play it. Great question, Zachary. On to our last question on the show. Comes to us from Eric Field at Eric_Field, and he says, what is your favorite movie to introduce people to? Just introduced my daughters to Wizard of Oz. Well,
I love this question.
If you have young daughters, maybe you're not our demo, but hopefully you can put the headphones in and listen to us, Eric, because we love this question. We hope you're still listening. Banner, we'll go to you first. Is there a specific movie, or maybe even just a type of movie, that you like to introduce people to that they haven't seen?
There's so many movies, and kind of depending on who I'm talking to, and where the conversation goes, this kind of distinguishes what I'll say. One that I literally just opened up my DVD case and saw was Donnie Darko. A lot of people don't see that, don't really know what it is. It's a super fucking trippy movie, but everybody should see it because it's really good.
Seth Rogen is in that. Not a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
Geiger, how about you?
Yeah, I'm going to pick, it's not a genre, really, but it's more for kind of younger kids like your
He's going to say
age.
Westerns. He's going to say fucking Westerns.
So this is why, because I just got back from seeing Spider-Man, and, Flash Thompson is Arabian now. But watch John Wayne Westerns, because PC was not a thing back then. It's just so fun to watch because kids nowadays would probably think that these movies are extremely racist and sexist. Like, there's one time this one lady that John was banging wanted to shoot his gun. He just laughed in her face for like 10 minutes because like women don't shoot guns. It's just really fun. It's different, especially for like the PC generation that's growing up now. I think you'd enjoy it, and they're still pretty relevant. I mean, westerns are fun, and John Wayne's fucking awesome. And a lot of people that are probably 10 years younger than us don't even know who he is.
Good answer, and not something that a lot of people these days are showing to people just because they're so much older. Mine is the original Saw, written and directed by Lee Wanell, and James Wan, of course, is doing Aquaman. I like any type of movie where you can just look at the person you're showing it to and see their reaction at the end of it. And Saw, I won't spoil anything, but it has one of the best twists in any movie that I've ever seen. So that's always fun for me to introduce to people. But great question, Eric. And I'd be interested to hear if your daughters, depending how old they were, liked Wizard of Oz, were scared of it, or just thought it was super dated and couldn't even get through it.
And Banner, don't turn your nose at me at Westerns when you brought up Bad Boys 2 yet again on this fucking podcast. We both have our problems. We
Look,
need help.
I'm just saying.
I'm
Maybe
still
we can
having.
Google a psychiatrist together or something, and I don't know, but
Maybe they got like a buy one get one free.
yeah.
I'm still having trouble hearing you guys over the applause still going on for Shanghai
I know.
Nights.
I got one freak who can't get over Bad Boys 2, and another freak who still thinks it's 1955. I'm just like, yeah, I know. We fucked up. Sorry.
All right, guys. On that note, thank you so much for checking us out. Again, we are the Bro4 Squad. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Bro4 Squad. Give us a like on Facebook. Subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube, Bro4 Squad, 3 words. If you could leave us an iTunes review, that would be awesome. Also, check us out on our website, bro4squad.com, for all of our content. Tweet at us the movie that we just quoted at the start of the show. We'll give you a shout out on the next podcast. For Matt Geiger and the mad scientist Brian Banner, I am Jeff Hornacek. Thanks so much for checking us out, and we will see you guys next time. Bad boys, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do when we come? Bad boys. Dude, you gotta learn the words.
Oh, you should just do the chorus.